Let's talk about something you almost definitely have in your medicine cabinet right now. You know, that little tube of cream for bug bites or a random rash. But what if I told you that same stuff is also a powerful, life-saving drug with some pretty serious risks? Yep, today we are diving deep into hydrocortisone. So think about this for a second. What could a miserable case of poison ivy, the endless, maddening itch of eczema, and the deep, aching joint pain of rheumatoid arthritis possibly have in common? I mean, they seem like totally different worlds of hurt, right? And yet, there is one single, incredibly powerful drug that's used to calm down the chaos in all of them. And that drug is hydrocortisone. And that unbelievable versatility is what makes it both a medical miracle and something we really, really need to understand. So, what even is this stuff? Well, to get how it works, kind of like our body's own personal firefighter, we first need to know where it comes from. And believe it or not, the answer is inside us. See, hydrocortisone is basically a lab-made copy of something called cortisol. That's a hormone your own adrenal glands are making right now. In your body, cortisol is absolutely essential. It helps you handle stress, it manages your immune response, it does a ton. The medication just takes that natural system and, well, cranks the dial way up. Okay, and we have to clear this up right away because it's a huge point of confusion. When you hear the word steroid here, we are talking about corticosteroids. These are the inflammation fighters. They are a completely different beast from anabolic steroids, the ones you hear about athletes using to build muscle. Think of it like they have the same last name, but completely different day jobs. All right, so how does a simple copy of a hormone we already make manage to shut down an angry rash or soothe a creaky joint? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how it actually works its magic. Now, this right here is the absolute key. Hydrocortisone doesn't cure what's wrong. It's not fixing the root cause of your eczema or arthritis. Instead, it's like a master control switch that just silences your body's blaring, overactive fire alarms. It's all about symptom control. And it does this with a really brilliant three-pronged attack. First, it goes right to the source, your DNA, and tells your genes to stop making the chemicals that cause inflammation in the first place. Second, it tells your own hyperactive immune cells to just stand down and stop attacking. And third, it literally tightens up your blood vessels, which is what reduces all that redness and swelling you see. Now, because this approach is so effective, it's been adapted into a whole toolkit. You've got different forms of hydrocortisone, and each one is designed for a very specific job. It's really all about matching the tool to the problem, you know? If you've got a rash on your arm, you use a topical cream to keep the medicine right there where you need it. But if you've got something affecting your whole body, like an autoimmune disease, you need a systemic form, like a pill, so it can travel everywhere. And for a real emergency, an injection gets that power working the fastest. Yeah, this is the stuff most of us know, right? It's that over-the-counter cream you grab for a mosquito bite that won't stop itching or for a little patch of eczema. It's an absolute lifesaver for calming down that surface-level, localized irritation. But this is where things get a lot more serious. When this drug is taken systemically, as a pill or injection, it's not just about comfort anymore. It's often about survival. For someone with a condition like Addison's disease, where their body can't make any cortisol on its own, this drug is literally what keeps them alive every single day. But, of course, with that kind of incredible power, there's always a price. And understanding the risks that come with hydrocortisone is every bit as important as knowing how much good it can do. So when we talk about risk, the number one most important factor is how you're taking it. A cream on your elbow, that's one thing. The risks are mostly contained to that spot. But a pill that circulates through your entire body, well, that is a whole different ballgame with much more serious consequences. You know, even with the topical creams, if you use them too much for too long, they can cause some real problems. That same power that calms inflammation can also start to break down the structure of your skin over time. We're talking thinning skin, stretch marks, even easy bruising. Now, when you take it systemically for a long time, the risks jump to a whole new level. Your body gets flooded with so much cortisol that it can lead to a condition called Cushing syndrome. And this isn't just one symptom, it's a whole collection of serious issues, affecting everything from your weight and blood pressure to your bone strength and even your mood. But maybe the most dangerous risk of all is something called adrenal suppression. See, when your body is getting a steady supply of cortisol from a pill, your adrenal glands, the little factories that normally make it, they just go to sleep. They figure their job is done, so they shut down production. And here's why that's so incredibly dangerous. If you suddenly stop taking those pills, your body is left with nothing. No cortisol from the medicine and none from your sleeping adrenal glands. A simple stress, like getting the flu, could suddenly become a life-threatening emergency called an adrenal crisis. This is why you never, ever stop taking systemic steroids suddenly. Okay, I know that all sounds pretty scary, but it doesn't have to. It just means we have to be smart and follow the user manual. So let's wrap up with the most important rules for using this powerful tool the right way. These really are the golden rules. The big idea here is less is more. Always use the lowest dose that works for the shortest amount of time you can. With creams, a thin layer is all you need. More is not better. And with pills, and I cannot say this enough, you must always taper off slowly with your doctor's help. Oh, and make sure every single doctor you see knows you're taking it. And one last, absolutely critical warning, remember how it works. By suppressing your immune system. That's great for an autoimmune reaction, but it's terrible for an infection. Putting hydrocortisone on a fungal infection, for instance, is like pouring gasoline on a fire. You're literally telling your body's defenses to stand down while the bad guys invade. So where does that leave us? Is it a powerful medical miracle or a risky crutch? Well, the truth is, it's both. It's a phenomenal tool that can change and even save lives when it's used with respect. But it's also the perfect example of how, in medicine, even the simplest solutions can have a hidden depth. And the greatest power always comes with the greatest responsibility.